Hey everyone, Paul Edwards here with Cedar HR Solutions, grabbing one of our roundup questions and expanding on it. It was really a great question, so I'm just going to read from it here real quick, and then give you some thoughts. The question was, can employers require employees to remove offensive car decals when parked at the workplace? I have several employees who have car decorations that I find unprofessional. Car decorations, that's a weird way to put that. We live in a conservative area, and I don't want patients seeing swear words or other things that they don't like when they pull into the parking lot. Can I tell the employees they need to remove them? As a reminder, the roundup is a set of 3 questions that we answer twice per month. So we send the roundup out. We answer it from 2 perspectives. One is the legal perspective, so whatever laws might apply to the question that's being asked, and the question's always related to HR. The second is the human side, which is where we're trying to get to the meat of the issue and try to show you ways that you can solve the problem from the human leadership management side, while at the same time we've got to hark back or look back at the legal issues that might impact you. Okay, so look, on the surface of this, this seems like kind of simply a professionalism issue. But once you kind of start pulling at this thing, you start pulling at that thread, there are lots of different issues, including labor law issues, there's free expression issues, there's discrimination risk, and then there's the literal sense of enforcement problems. So I think that's why typically the smartest approach and what we would usually ask a member to do is to address the visibility problem. So if you read our answer, we talk about some solutions that would just really focus on the fact that someone is parking in your parking lot and they have these bumper stickers or whatever on their car. And by the way, we get all kinds of questions about this from our members. I mean, we have everything from OnlyFans, decals in the back window. We have bumper stickers that say some crazy stuff. In one instance, we had someone who worked for the practice, and when her husband would come to pick her up, he had the big pickup truck with all the flags flying out of it and all kinds of stuff on it that where I think anyone subjectively or objectively would consider to be somewhat offensive because of the language that's being used. And so we do get this, and I even with all of those cautionary tales, I think really what we want to bring you back to is what is the problem. I know what you're thinking right now. Well, what's the solution for the guy with a big truck? Well, we can regulate our own parking lot, and we just basically tell her, look, he can't do this. He can't pull in. It's upsetting. It's clearly meant to send a message, and that's not something here for a medical facility. It's not something here for my veterinarian practice. It's not something here for my urgent care or my physical therapy practice. I don't want that in my parking lot. That's one thing, because they don't work for you, and you can have some say. When I say they, the person who's causing the problem. Expanding on this just a little bit more, I want you to remember the difference between subjective and objective. Subjective, just to remind you, is subject to your emotions, how you feel about something, how we all feel, not just yours, my emotions too. And then objective is really based on facts. And so if what we're trying to do here is prevent, we believe that all of the stuff on the bumper stickers has a potential to upset one person or another, then what we might be able to do is to bring it up with the employee or employees in question. We're not going to tell them to take stuff off for the reasons I stated before, because of the different labor laws, freedom of expression. Some states actually literally protect an employee's right to express themselves politically, and therefore you really should not offer some kind of consequences, because that's the thing. You're saying, I want you to remove this from your car, and the consequence is going to be, if you don't, I'm going to fire you. I mean, that's really the consequence that you have, or I'm going to take some other adverse action against you, and therefore you could be stepping over some kind of legal bounds within your state. So again, revisiting the issue, I would like for you to consider that you could require them to back their cars in. You could require them to park in the back of the practice if that's available. That would be the approach that I would take on something like this. Is I would try to get the what you think are the offending bumper stickers. Put some, get those people to park in a way that your patients cannot easily see those things. Again, I want to point out something. Being a premier member of our service, and again, this is, I guess it is a little bit of self-promotion. We would really need to take that phone call and talk to you about what it is that is there, what's causing the issue, what's causing your concern. And I can tell you that about 9 times out of 10, we're going to agree with you, and we would help you come up with perhaps some additional things that you might do in order to encourage this employee to not express themselves, in the front of your building, and have it be the first thing that a patient sees when they pull into your parking lot. Hey, if you'd like to be a part of the roundup, all you have to do is look in the description for a link, and you can sign up for these, and you'll get them twice a month, like about 20,000 other people get them right